Hi, my name's Rich Truesdell. I am the editorial director of Automotive Traveler magazine and hopefully the editor of Automotive Traveler's Classic Car. I've had an exceptional day here in Abruzzo. We've been driving an Alfa Romeo 4C for the better part of a week. We're returning to Milan tomorrow to see the reveal of the new Alfa Romeo rear-wheel drive sedan on Wednesday at the Alfa Romeo Museum. But the trip has just been so exceptional because we've met so many great people. Alfisti. On Sunday, 5 classic Alfa Romeos met my traveling companion Susan and I at La Rustica Agriturismo outside of Pescara. It was just so magical, and this is what my life has been like for the last 15 years, doing great drives and great cars and meeting great people along the way. This is so different for me. I never do this. It's always me on the other side of the camera.
Other side of the camera.
Yeah.
How's this car?
Much more comfortable than I anticipated. The noise, not an issue. The ride, not an issue at all. It's we're in the normal mode. We can go into the dynamic mode. Shortens the shifts. A little bit tighter damping on the suspension. You really feel one with the road in this. I've driven a couple of Lotuses. I think this is a more complete automobile, and have been surprised in so many ways how good it is, and better than I had expected. I had only driven it a couple of times for a short period of time, and I think the shortcomings of the car, obviously the visibility is an issue. I think it's inexcusable that you don't have a rear camera view either from the rear view mirror or from the screen on the stereo. There's just so many stereos available that could provide that capability. But it's so, I mean,
it's fast, isn't it?
It's fast. And again, the brakes are exceptional. You know, you just want to know that there's nobody coming in the other direction, so that you can hit the apexes of these spectacular roads. I mean, this road is a sports car lover's dream, an Alfa Romeo's owner's dream, an Alfisti dream. We've done more than 800 miles this week. My companion and I have used every square centimeter of capacity in the car to put as much stuff as we can in it. You know, a lot of the criticism is that you can't even go away for a weekend with your significant other in this car, and that is simply not true. You have to pack very carefully and make every inch count. I mean, there's space behind the seats. We've got 4 liters of water that we haven't even drank yet that we put back there on the very first day when we arrived in Milan. And we've done Milan to Pescara, several points in Abruzzo. Oh, we had some little fox on the road. And it's funny is that in America, a journalist just wrecked a Camaro on the press launch for the 2016 Camaro, so I'm being a little bit more careful and a little less aggressive. We got the tail out a little bit there, and than I would normally be. And I also have a passenger that I've never driven with before. So it makes some great noises, and like I said, I wish this road was closed in the other direction.
Is this Italian enough for you?
Yeah. This is very much like a road in Switzerland or southeast Germany. The passes, they're tight, and they're getting narrower. it is so much better than the reviews lead you to believe. It's a car that does a lot of things well. It's quieter than you would expect it to be. Even in the D mode of the DNA mode, it doesn't ride that harshly. Susan has mentioned that it's not even uncomfortable. We have had no back problems. And we've done something that very few people have done. We have been a couple on the road for almost a week. We have managed to pack all of our clothing in the 2 soft duffel bags in the back, and we have stuffed every inch of the car with water, provisions, whatever you want to call it. And it's just been a wonderful trip. We left Milan on Thursday. It's now Monday night. We'll be going back to Milan in the morning. I have to be there for the reveal on Wednesday. And this was just a spectacular way to end the trip. One of the things that I can safely say, as a journalist and going on dozens, if not hundreds of ride and drives, you can't form an opinion on any car in just 2 hours behind the wheel with another journalist that you're talking with. Being on the road for almost 1,000 miles down from Milan to Pescara, we've gotten to know the car, its idiosyncrasies, and it has, 2 issues, and they're both related to one another. Visibility is very poor. So every time you park the car, it's an adventure. But I've actually parallel parked it with just the sensors to guide me. We haven't had to have been spotted too many times. I think that its shortcoming could easily be addressed by a better in-dash system with a screen on it that you could have a rear camera view. To me, that's almost inexcusable. If you have it, those things that make your day-to-day operation of the car easier, the car becomes much, much more practical. But other than that, there's really nothing to be critical of. It's amazing that in this day and age, a company, Alfa Romeo, can launch a car that is so tightly niched. Obviously, its most direct competitor is the Porsche Cayman, and there's obviously a lot to like about that model Porsche, but it's 500-600 pounds heavier. This car is just so light and so together. You feel at one with the car more than almost any car I can imagine, and I drive 50 cars a year. It's not something that would come to mind as your first choice of a car, but it would certainly be a great second car. It does so many things well, and as we've proven, you can be out on the road with it for a week, and you're a little bit compromised. You're not going to carry everything you would want. We don't have 2 hair dryers in our baggage, but we left Atlanta last week with only carry-on luggage. We had checked no bags, and we knew what our limitations were going to be with the car, and we have had a great time. And my job is so easy when I meet so many great enthusiasts, and this group just happens to be all Alfa Romeo enthusiasts, and I'm an Alfisti myself. I wish I had an Alfa Spider like this, and I'm pretty jealous of my new friends here in Lakia. And Davide, thanks so much for letting me talk about my passion. And this has been the end of an absolutely exceptional day with 2 exceptional cars and an exceptional week in Italy. I mean, what more can an auto enthusiast ask for? Thanks.